Hi everyone, well I know I've been away for a very long time. I hope you like the tailor look. As you can see, I haven't got as short hair like she has, however I do love that new look and I would love to have my hair cut short. However, I'm going to keep it long just for the wedding so I can have it done up. Because obviously shorter hair is harder to work with, so I'm going to keep my long hair for the meantime, but as you could see I just pushed it back and I've got some shorter bits that made it look like a longer bob. I've also just detailified. I've taken off the cat's eye makeup and put a bit of a nude lipstick on and a bit more of a shimmer on my cheeks just because I'm going to work later, but this is still, this bronzed summery look is great if you want to do a bridal makeup, which is just soft and warm really. So what I'm going to do now is give you a bit of a makeup tutorial for a quick and easy updo if you're looking to save hair and makeup costs for your wedding day or bridesmaids updos, or if you're just going to a wedding yourself. So I hope you enjoy and thanks for watching. So I'm just starting by brushing out my hair just to untangle the knots after I've just washed it in the shower. Now using Argan Oil Defense Spray, I'm just spritzing through and just giving it an even coverage to protect it from any hot curling irons I might use. And then I'm just using my fingers to run it through my hair just to spread it out through the roots. Now with my trusty hairdryer I'm just giving it a whiz through just to take out the main moisture. As I've got quite long hair it does take me a while, so I won't bore you and we'll skip on to the next bit. Now that my hair is reasonably dry, I'm just using a paddle brush to just dry off and give it a bit of a blow dry. I tend to use a paddle brush just because my hair is so long and it tends to pull it out nice and straight, so there's no need to put hair straighteners on it afterwards. I start off at the top and just drag through, making sure the ends and the roots are nice and dry. So I've just blasted it off with some cold air just to give it a nice shine, and I'm just brushing it through just one more time. Now I'm just giving it a quick spritz of Tresemme Untouchable Hairspray. The reason for this is because it's just been washed, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a sticky texture so it's easier to work with. And I'm just running my fingers through to spread that evenly. Now taking a hair bobble, I'm just going to section off my hair so it makes it easier to work with. In the meantime, I would suggest putting some curling irons on heat so they can warm up in time. Now taking my 1-inch curling iron, I'm just going to curl the ends of my hair, taking small sections at a time and starting from the bottom and curling all the way up to the top. Make sure your curling iron is not too hot so you don't damage your hair. I'm just working around the first layer, just curling each little section. It doesn't have to be tight curls by any means, it's just to make it easier to work with when we're putting it up into the updo. So I would hold it between 2 and 3 seconds. Then once you've done that section, it's just moving on to the next layer and taking small sections at a time once again and just going all the way around until your hair has a nice light curl to it. And here I'm just finishing off the top layer, alternating my curling iron each time just so I can get a bit of a different curl each side. And once you've completed your curls, I would just spritz with an even distribution of hairspray just to hold all those nice curls in place. Now taking a backcombing brush, I'm just giving myself some texture and some height around the crown and around the sides so I can pull it all into place, giving it some nice texture and volume. And from here I'm just pulling up the sides, leaving a bit of a loop in it, so again giving it that nice volume and texture, and I'm pinning in place with some bobby pins to match my hair colour. I would try and give it as many bobby pins as you can just to hold it in place. Again, I keep on saying my hair is really thick and it does take a lot to hold it into place. And then I'm just going to go around giving some height at the top, so again pinning it at the top just to give it some height and some texture with some bobby pins and just putting them in nice and tightly. And then I'm just going to make my way all the way around, so I've just put it up as if I'm having it half up and half down, just giving it nice volume and texture at the top. Now taking the end of my backcombing brush, I'm just pulling up the top to give it some height and volume. I could have backcombed it a bit more to give it more height, but my hair tends not to hold like that, so I'm just going to do it like this to give it a soft and subtle look. Now I'm just pulling the leftovers into a side ponytail. So you want it just above the nape of your neck and tie it with a nice hair tie in your colour. Now with the ponytail, all you're going to do is take the curls, wrap it around your finger and secure it in place with a bobby pin, and then take another curl and do exactly the same, and you're aiming to create a bit of a bird's nest effect. Now if, like me, you've got a bit of a feathered haircut, you might find you have some bits sticking up, but after all we can just pin that all back into place. So you're just working around, tucking all those curls into a nice big bun. Once you've completed your bun, giving it a nice loopy bird's nest effect, you can go around and see if there's any bits straggling out or hanging down and just clip those back into place. As I've done this rather rushed, you can see it's a bit spiky at the top, but that's why we've got the brush, and you can just brush it down nice and tidy, just to give it a softer look. And then after that, just give it a spritz just to hold it into place. Sometimes you can brush it after you've spritzed it with some hairspray because it tends to brush nicer. And now what I'm doing, I've obviously got a very, very long fringe, and there's two ways you can wear this hairstyle. First of all, take your curling iron and just give it a softer look by just giving it a bit of a curl. And then you can just leave it like this, so it's hanging down, which is very subtle. Just make sure the ends are nice and curled in so you haven't got any spiky bits, as you can see me attempting to do here. And then just brush it across to the side, and this is again very vintage looking, would be great for a vintage wedding. Alternatively, if it's going to be in your whale day, you can pin it up and get it out your eyes, which I like doing most of the time. So the final part of this look is once again just taking some hairspray and your brush and just combing everything into place so you haven't got any loose bits. As you can see, I've rushed it a bit today, but it would be good if you had someone to give you a hand just to take off the top. And there you have it, a nice bridal look, quite vintagey, quite messy, and you can accessorise this obviously with your veil, putting your veil at the top, or alternatively putting a nice flower in it just to give it a summery look. Thank you very much for watching, guys.